Hello, cuz this is JJ, and I'm recording on my Mac screen so you can be able to see what I'm doing as I'm going along. So you got the clear visual of what I'm gonna be displaying on the screen now, and I'm gonna be helping you trying to get you the right direction of creating a good, efficient website. Now, the first thing you have to do is create a folder to place your site in. Now, the folder gonna have your site name on it. So I'm just gonna be typing site for the default, for example. Now inside, you have to have inside the site folder, you need two categories. You need a master folder and you need a page folder. Now the master folder is where you place all your assets such as Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign files, and also you can place images and videos there. That's fine too. Everything there gonna be on your site, but that's not gonna be the root of displaying your site is on. The page will be anything that's gonna be on the page is actually gonna be on your site. And because at the end, when we finish our website, when you finish your website, and we're gonna try to do the domain and everything, you have to point it to this page folder right here, nothing else. Not even the site. Don't point it to this site folder right here. Inside the site folder, point to the page folder. Because everything in here gonna be in your site. It's gonna be in your website. Now inside the page folder, we gotta give it a couple categories. We're gonna have an HTML folder to display your HTML files inside. You're gonna have a CSS folder to make your CSS, to create your CSS files inside there. You're gonna have a Java.js for JavaScript to place that inside there. And we're gonna have an image folder to place all your images in there. And if you want to, you don't have to, video to place all your video files inside there. Now the first thing you need to do is you gotta create in your images folder, you gotta give it some categories also, because your images should be organized properly. So the basic format of a website, you're gonna have a header, you have a content to place everything in there, and you're gonna have a footer. So we're gonna make a header file folder. You're gonna make a content folder, and we're gonna make a footer folder. Well, and a gallery. So a gallery is the focal point of the whole page, like your images. Like if you want to add like a slideshow or something, it should be in a gallery, something like that. But most likely you're not gonna use it more frequently. It's only tours. Well, you're gonna be able to use it. We'll see how it goes. But inside the content, you're gonna have different pages, so you're gonna have different kind of images. So inside your content folder, you're gonna place each of your site names. For example, I'm using page 1, page 2, or I should say site 1 or site 2. Page 1, page 2, you get the difference. And inside them pages, I'm gonna place the images that I'm gonna use on that site inside there. And you might be asking, how come I didn't do the same with the header? Because the header and the footer it's gonna be globally. And what I mean by that is that every site that you're gonna go into, on your web, every page you go to into on your site folder, on your site, your header and your footer should be consistent. It should repeat itself, and we'll get back to it because every website you go into, the header and the footer they repeat itself, but the whole content, the information, it's gonna be different because you can't have the same information for every site and everything. But it should be your layout should be consistent. And now, just to track myself, to rephrase myself, you have a site folder. Inside your site folder, you have a master, you have a page. Inside your page, you have CSS, HTML, image, JS, and video. And inside your images, you got different categories. You have content, footer, gallery, and header. Your header, you should have your logo or your logo, your banner, or whatever you're gonna place on top to show off your page or anything else. And the footer is mainly the end of your page. You can place icons there. You don't have to, but you can. And anything else that you might have. In your content, you put every image that you're gonna have for each page specifically. If not, then it's gonna be outside of the pages. Now, just to get started, if you have all this together, that's good. Now we can get started with bracket. I gave you the link to download bracket. So once you have that, open it. I'm gonna wait until mine load up first. Okay, still need to load. Okay. And inside bracket, you'll see it'll give you a welcome thing. And I advise you before anything to read it because it'll give you some shortcuts, cool shortcuts to use. And I'm gonna show you one right now. It'll go up to your CSS folder and you can just type it in. But we didn't get to that yet. So right now, you're gonna go to File and you're gonna open up the folder that you want to work on. So what we're gonna be doing is we're going to our desktop and we're gonna open our site folder, and then we're gonna click on the page folder, not open it, and then we're gonna click OK. Because we pointing it to the page folder. So when we point it, we're gonna go inside and drag the information out, and you're gonna see it right now. You're gonna drag all these are the folders that we made inside the page folder, and just to prove that it's the right one, you got the content, footer, gallery, and header in it. So that's a huge plus. Now, in order to make a page, we're gonna make a new file. But before we make a new file, we gotta click on the folder that we want the page to be on. So we're gonna do File, New, and we're gonna save. We're gonna be working on a home page, so your home page should be named Index, and your extension should be .html. Hypertext Markup Language is very important because without that HTML, it won't display on the browser. And index is important because that's what the browser going to be looking for. The browser going to be looking for anything that's named index. If not, then they're going to be confused. You don't name it home, and you don't put all caps in it, because you put all caps, they're not going to read it. And you don't put a space, because if you add space and you put something else, it's not going to read it right either. So make sure you take note of that. So you name it index, so the browser will pick that up first, and you click enter, and what it give you the first line of code, and now we're going to start it up by creating a doc type. And a doc type, not doc type, doc type is a way for the browser to know that we're going to use this syntax coding language to be coding our web. Just give it a heads up. So how we create a doc type, we put a greater than and a less than, and a greater than and a less than sign. In a webbing language, it's called tags. And this is the open tag and a closing tag. And inside that, I'm gonna put an exclamation mark. That tells the browser that's gonna warn the browser, that exclamation mark, gonna warn the browser that we're gonna be doing something. So what we're gonna do is give it a doc type. And then we're gonna put HTML. And doc type had to be capitalized, and HTML had to be lowercase. And you gotta have the exclamation mark. If not, it's not gonna work. The next thing you do after that is you have to start off with a HTML tag, and it spells the word for you, and it'll end it for you. That's why I like brackets so much. But that's not truly why I love brackets. And I'll show you that in the next video or so. HTML tags will be the whole root of your page. Without this HTML tag, there won't be a page. Because that's the first thing the browser gonna look. Does it have the HTML tag? If it don't have the HTML tag, the browser not gonna understand anything you place in it, because it's just gonna understand that it's just gibberish. It's not gonna display it on the page. And you see there, I got two tags. I have an opening tag and I have a closing tag. To be able to close the tag, you have to have the same name, but before the name you put a forward slash, and that will indicate the browser that this is the end of the tag. And the two categories I need to have is a head tag. Excuse me. A head tag and a body tag. Well, technically 3 categories, because in here you need to add a title tag. A head tag is the primary knowledge of your page, and to send links and do other stuff too, which I probably will explain later on if you don't already know. The body tag is what is going to appear on your page when you display something in it. For example, I'm going to save this right now, and I'm going to type a bunch of gibberish. In order for me to view it, I have to have this page open. I had to go to my HTML folder where my site is at, index. You see it's inside my HTML because I put it there with bracket. That's the primary shortcut it will do for me.